Hello there, I'm Lee, aka 20-something loser, and this is the A Little to the Left Any Percentage run. I'm gonna hide my camera for now, and if this run goes well, you'll see me again in just a second, but, enjoy the run. Hi there! This run went semi-decent, so we're sticking with it here. As stated, I'm Lee, aka a 20-something loser. This is the A Little to the Left Any Percentage run. If the video quality looks a little funky, that's because it is. I do apologize. But for whatever reason, my video player on my computer wasn't playing any of the sound, so you wouldn't be able to hear any of the fun noises here that you get to, and all the cool music in A Little to the Left. A Little to the Left is a very adorable puzzle game in which you are pretty much just organizing a bunch of stuff very quickly. So as you saw with that first puzzle, you are literally just adjusting the picture frame so it aligns perfectly. Most of the commentary that I'll be doing through, most of it is kind of just explaining some of the puzzles that will pop up here as we go along. There are multiple solutions to many of the puzzles. Some there's only one, like this one. But there are some that are multi-solution. But for the any percentage run, we just do one solution at a time. So there you go. The last one with the pencils, you are matching up the colors of the pencils with the little scribble marks at the top. The last one that was just on the screen, you match up the post-its so that the line moves continuously. Obviously with this one, you're just adjusting the photo frames to where they're gotta go. And this one here, you just stack it all up into a nice little neat pile. This one as well here, you just move them from left to right going upwards. But this one is also a multi-solution one. If you notice at the bottom, there's little like marks. And you would organize them based upon like the marks going upwards for like height. That one you just organize. There we go. And again, you're just following the pattern with the stamps for this one as well. Here, again, we have a bunch of post-its with some lines on it that we are organizing into an interesting shape. I could not tell you what this shape is supposed to be. I don't know. Every time I look at it, it kind of looks like a bean. So that's what I've just always assumed it was, but who knows what it could be. This is another fairly straightforward one as well. We're just organizing the pins on the pin board based upon the number of the colors of where they've got to be. Single solution. No other ways to solve it. Straightforward. This here is the calendar one. I don't like this one at all. I know the solutions based upon like my past responses of putting them in it. Could I tell you what the actual pattern is? No. Absolutely not. This one as well is pretty straightforward. The easier one that we do for the any percentage run here is so that it goes into like a V here. You can also organize it along the bottom based upon the pattern of the actual books itself. This one is... You would think that it would already be organized, but we are now organizing it so now they're all, like, in the paintings themselves are actually straight up and down. This one as well is where you are just taking the Post-its with all the squiggly lines on them and organizing them into a pattern. What is this pattern and shape? There's nothing. Straight up nothing. It's just whatever is continuing with the lines there. Here as well, there's multiple solutions for this one. I usually just choose to do the rainbow order. You can also do it based upon the amount of eraser you have and then the sharpness of the actual pencil itself. Here you're just organizing a flat lay. And that's it. Throughout the game you'll see the little motif of the white cat. The white cat will be coming around quite a bit. And is trying to destroy our organizing here. Here we are organizing our books in like color order. So the best way to kind of like look at this is like the book majority color has got to be like right next to the actual color itself. I was right. I'm trying to figure out where I'm messed up on this one. As you can see, there it is. Looking back is a little bit different, and then you're like trying to solve the puzzle from a distance here. So as you notice, like the orange had to be right up next to the solid orange had to be up next to the 2 orange with the accent colors as well. And then this one, we go by height. You can also go by, there's little markings at the bottom of the pencils. So you can also organize it by those markings as well.
What?
That one is our lovely, just record adjusting. We've now moved on to chapter 2. There are 5 chapters. Throughout the whole thing. Each with their own kind of gimmick, I guess, if you could say. Here we're just aligning up the tomato can based upon the labels. Sorry, got distracted by my own video here. This one, you were just going by heights of the liquids. I believe you can also go either by heights of the jars themselves, or you can go by the amount of like items that are in the actual jar itself. That one, straightforward. You're just placing the you are just placing the spoons on top of each other. This one also fairly straightforward. That's what I realized that wasn't gonna line up correctly. There we go. Here you're just aligning the patterns of the bowls as it goes along. You can also align that one based upon the cracks that you might have seen going through. And then this one is gradients of colors. You can also organize it by, if you notice that there is within the actual jars themselves, they've got like waves and so forth. So if you organize it based upon like the actual movement of the wave there. The last one, all you do is you match up the eggs to the pattern on the top. Here, you just match them up where all the bag tags are aligned across with each other, and you get rid of all the crumbs, and that's it. There we go, now I've got them. This one, I feel like this one for me is the most satisfying. You are literally just peeling stickers off of fruit. The other solution for this one is taking the stickers off of the fruit and putting them on the right fruit. So each of the stickers have like a specific like little shape on them, telling you which fruit it would belong to. And then this one here, you're going from straight all the way to curly, based upon the noodles. As you can see, also coming back to that same cat theme. Here we are aligning up some of the cups, so that some of them match here. Different parts on the cup actually match. This one also fairly straightforward. We're just setting the table. However, you get a little cat moment. So the goal with this one is to be able to reset the table fast enough before the cat comes back multiple times. Here we're just making a nice little cute breakfast spread. Just separating everything into a bunch of different areas. And then here we are separating them based on color. That's it. Organizing our little cans here. This one, what we're gonna do, this one is very interesting. I very much enjoy this one. We are connecting all of the paintings together. So as you can see, the river goes throughout all of them, except for the hot air balloon. But as you can see, there's like clouds that can connect to it. The river theme goes throughout, so you have to like align it so that it all matches up there. And then here we are just placing our cat photos in order. And we're already on to chapter 3. I started speedrunning this game because I really love puzzle games. I really love anything of the sort, but also just in general, I like puzzle games a lot. And I wanted to learn a new speed game. That's pretty much it. It's a wonderful game. I know this speedrun, and then I'm sure you will probably see the submission for the newest DLC, Any Percentage Run, which is the Seeing Stars Any Percentage Run, as well. Because that DLC is wonderful. The other DLC is also wonderful. It's just a little bit longer. So, yeah. It's just a beautifully made game. That's all. And so now we're here. The batteries here, all we're doing is organizing them based upon the patterns on the actual batteries themselves. This level, you'll really notice has a lot to do with putting things away into certain spaces. Here's more. We are literally just taking all of our silverware and so forth, and we are putting it away into their specific slots. Here as well, we are taking all of our lights here. and organizing them into the correct spots. They've each got their own little spot. They can't go in any other spot. That's all. You just organize them based upon the spots here. Here, you were also doing more organizing. So this is like a junk drawer that we are now separating and organizing them into different spots here with all the items going together. Some of the items can be like arranged like more perfectly too. So if you see where I'm putting those candles there, you can actually like organize them like based on height. For speedrunning aspects of it, you can just put them where they fit any of the candles. Same with the dice there. You can put them in any order. I like to just put them in numerical order because it helps me keep track of them. But it is nice as well. Same with the crayons. You can also put the crayons in color order. You don't have to. As you can tell by the small candles there being in the middle of larger candles. Alrighty, and then with this puzzle, all we're doing is we are aligning the paint drips. And make sure they all line up with each other. The goal is to not move the top one and then just move all the other ones after. Here, the one that we are doing for the actual speedrun itself is we are organizing it by color. However, as you notice that there are many different shapes of buttons as well. The other solutions to this one is organizing it based upon the actual shape of the button. Here we have keys. What I'm doing for this puzzle is organizing it based upon the number of holes at the top. However, you can also organize it based upon the number of prongs at the bottom. So you can see they're kind of shaped like numbers as well. But it's just easier to do it the other way. Quickly. Again, this is another one where we're just organizing things and putting them back to where they have to go as quickly as possible. Some of them have very specific spots. Some of them are just generally organized in different ways. And yes, it will like not let you move on if they don't go back and forth with the different sides of these screws and yeah, the screws. I think they're called, yeah. That's where we find out I don't know what a screw is. I do, but I'm hoping that that was a screw. Those were all big screws. This one is just a bathroom cabinet that we are organizing here. This one, as you can see with that one, we are just organizing it as so that the line goes through. Mainly just so you go from the biggest container to the smallest container. And then on the shelves in the top right there, we are organizing it just based upon the actual label itself. And then the bottom shelves is just organized as it is. As you can see, I pause here because I think that I messed something up, and then I realized that I left out a Q-tip this whole time. And have to put the Q-tip back away. So, there you go. Because it was hiding on us. This is one of the puzzles that probably took me one of the longest ones to find the solution for when I first played this game to begin with. Because you just see a bunch of these spaces, and you don't necessarily know exactly where things are supposed to go, so you kind of have to just like guess and check it first. This is just us finding where all the different tools go. Oh, it goes over there. Me double checking, remembering what I have left to put on the wall and what still needs to go on the wall. Like that goes there, and the one that I always save for last, which is that one. I couldn't even tell you what that tool does, but I always save that one for last for whatever reason. There are multi-solutions for this one as well. The fastest one is just to do it as dark as possible. The next one would be to clean all the coins completely. And then the next one would be to do a gradient of the coins themselves. There's also multi-solutions for this one as well. The one that we do, because it's the easiest, is organizing it by color. You can also organize it based upon what the item is itself. This one is truly one of the hardest ones in the actual game itself. Because it takes a lot of like manipulating and planning to get these where they need to go. And by get these where they need to go, I mean truly move all of the things around so that I can get these blocks in the right spaces. It is easiest for me to do this by moving them all to the right rather than moving them in different areas. As you can see, like the arrows all have to like line up. So that's kind of what the biggest issue is here, is what I'm dealing with. Like I can see that some of these line up already, but not quite where I want them to line up yet. Alright, just the last two. There we go. And then as stated, there's our little motif of our little cat. And then this is the last puzzle of the game itself. All we're doing, we make those flowers bloom by lifting them up, and then we clean off the pot itself. And then the cat kills them. That's okay. And now we're into chapter 4, Inner Nature. So this one, Inner Nature, has a lot to do with symmetry. This one starts off by us just looking for all of the broken pieces of the vase here. As you can see, me literally going around trying every piece to figure out where it's supposed to go. Sometimes you have to turn it so that it actually lines up correctly. You will actually see that same type of puzzle in the DLC as well. This one, fairly straightforward. All you're doing, we're covering up the coffee spill, and we are wiping away the paws. Same with this one here. We are also wiping away the paws. Getting rid of all the dead leaves there. There we go. And then this one, the cat is making a little bit of a mess here for us. And we have to clean up all the paw prints. Lee, why wouldn't you just clean up the paw prints one by one? One, it takes longer. Two, the cat is gonna keep doing the paw print stuff for a long time. I usually wait until like 9, 10, or 11 like paws go out, and then wipe it all at once. Because as you can notice there, the cat will take away your little wipe for a hot second. Again, this one is based on symmetry. So we are lining up the leaves on each side of the plant. These ones have only one solution. You have to look at it very carefully. This one is just also based on gradient, so just from one end to the other. You can also line that one up based upon the little holes there on the leaves themselves. I can't remember what the other solution is for that one. This one, you just align it up with the leaves there. This one has multi-solutions to it. You can either line it up from color gradient, as like one color leads into the next, or as I did just there, each rock formation kind of connects into each other. So I aligned it based upon like the next like connection. As mentioned, it's all based upon symmetry with this one. So we are organizing them so that there is one of each type of shell here on each side, and we'll see the same thing multiple times throughout this level. And yes, they do all have to be exactly perfect and exactly lined up. There we go. Even if they look like they're relatively lined up, they gotta be like perfect. And the pattern of that one can change like each time, as long as they're like symmetrical. And it's usually, for me, it's just based upon where the actual items spawn. This one, as you notice, it is all symmetry. So I have to go leaf by leaf to figure out which ones I need to pull off and which ones can stay. If I pull a leaf incorrectly, it'll restart the entire thing. So I usually try and take a little bit of extra time on this one, simply because I don't want to have to restart all the way back from the very beginning. That's the last one there. Which is wonderful, because we just did all this symmetry, and then our cat decides they want to scrape it off here. This is another one that's just organizing it. You're organizing it based upon texture here. So you've got the eyes, you've got the black and white stripe, you've got the blue and white stripe, and then you've got like the white, like golf ball type texture for all of them there. This is another one that is just based upon symmetry. So there are some pieces that do have to go like directly in the middle. So as you can see, it's the nut type thing. I'll wait for myself. I'll catch up with myself here. So there's one, there's another one, and then it's that like flyaway leaf. I don't know, as kids we used to like try and fling them and send them flying. Those ones all have to be in the middle because they don't have a pair. So they all have to be somewhere directly in the middle so that it's completely symmetrical here. And then the rest of it can all go on whatever side it would like to go on, as long as it is symmetrical. And they can be touching each other too. It's totally fine. this one as well, you're just moving it based upon where the connections of each one are. Here we are just taking the gemstones that we have and we are tossing them. Not tossing them, but we are organizing them into where they should go on the little pattern here. Me realizing that I had put them in the wrong spot at the beginning. Having to adjust it. And we just organize all the crystals like that. There we go. This next one here is another symmetry one, but it's all just 4-leaf clovers. There's only one that has to be completely in the middle, and that's like the perfect 4-leaf clover, as you can see there. And then everything else is just aligned around it. My main goal is just to make sure that there is one of each one on each side, and then we just organize it from there. Because it can get pretty confusing pretty quickly. And then, of course, the cat comes and messes it all up. It's so nice of them. This is also a puzzle that I honestly dread. You have to zoom in really closely here. To speedrun this game, I had to get an entirely different mouse. Because the old mouse that I had didn't really scroll very well. And it wasn't allowing me to do this level at all. But here, as you can see, you are moving around this like microscope, trying to align up all these patterns here. Here's one. And it virtually has to be pretty perfect here with this. Zooming in and out. For them to match the correct size of the zooms here. And then we have the last one, in which we have to zoom all the way out to try and find everything and zoom super far in because of all of the super small patterns here. And then we have to try and find that little piece. There we go. Mild spider warning. Right here. Hey, spider warning. I'm telling you right now, if you don't like spiders, look away in like 3 seconds. Again, we're just aligning up the little lightning bug spider. And then you can look back now, if you don't like spiders. And then you're just lining up the bugs on either side of the spider web. Here is chapter 5, the final chapter. We get to do a little fun little physics puzzle here. Whoa, so fun. As you can see, I'm just lining up everything here because what we're gonna do is we are going to take that ball. We're gonna roll it there. Roll it onto that page. Roll it back. Roll the golf ball through, and then it goes through space to get the sugar in the cup. Just like that. Alrighty, now what we're gonna do is we are going to take the clock hands, and we are going to line it up with one of the times here. The first time I did it, I went past it. So here it is, right there. 3 o'clock. 3:05. There you go. But it has to like align with like the background shadow. This one has a lot to do with shadows. As you can see, I am moving both the shadows and the actual pawns as we align them up from tallest to shortest. Here, we're taking our little stars and we're adjusting them to make our constellations. Starts out easy and then it gets less and less. And they are a little finicky, so if you do not get them in the exact right spot, it will not take it. Even if it's like close enough. You can see me messing around with this tail of the cat for multiple times. There we go. We figured it out eventually. And yeah, as you could have guessed, all of these constellations are just of the cat. It's very cute. It's very sweet. Me messing around with the cat ear for the longest time. Some of them click into place really easily. Others, not so much. Me having to find an extra missing star there. There we go. That's our last of the constellations here. We are in the home stretch here. And now what we're going to do is we are going to align all of the icons on the page up with everything that's on the computer screen. Yes, you do have to put the keys in the right order. You also have to match the post-it notes exactly how they are supposed to be there, as well as you also have to match the paintbrushes to the exact color order that it shows on the screen. And then we also have to align the clock up exactly. And what I did is I forgot to move the apple as well. Apple leaf has to be absolutely perfectly aligned as well. And then our cat comes, messes it all up. I just dropped my phone. Messes it all up, and we have to make sure everything is still realigned after the cat. There we go. We're gonna do some little basic color theory here. Wow, a red match in a blue box turns into purple. Orange, take away red, is going to give you yellow. And then red plus yellow is going to give you an orange one. And now this one, in order to get the blue one, you got to do a blue one. And then we got to combine the blue with the yellow. And then we get green. We put all the colors into the box and we get one magic match there. And you're going to see that magic match come into play here. So we have a normal match. As you can see, it's got the little black tip there. And then we also have our magic match. That one makes the candles regrow themselves there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to align our candles in height order. So that it goes from smallest to tallest there. Alrighty, here, all we are doing is we are aligning our what the picture is supposed to be in the mirror with what is in front of the mirror itself. A little leaf there is very finicky. And so we are using the mirror itself to kind of just align everything up here. best we can. With what the reflection says. Alrighty, this is one of my favorite puzzles. As you saw, the little birds there, we're making a little heart on the actual light. We are going to copy that light. I'm missing one. There we go. As you can see. Realign the actual light back up. And it makes a little heart on the left-hand side as well, too. The moment we've all been waiting for. You can pet the cat. You can pet the cat, yeah. It's part of the puzzle, as you can see. All we're doing is we are petting the cat to the beat of the actual colors changing. And now we get to see the cat do all these little cool little moves. As stated, we are in the home stretch here. This is like an unskippable cutscene in the middle of it. So we just get to enjoy some cat watching here for a little bit. Here we are going to take all of our puzzle knowledge from what we've done before. And we're going to put it to use in the last little bit here. Here, again, we are just organizing our toys so that they match in the pattern. Here we take the post-it notes and make sure that they all line up with each other. Makes one continuous line, just like before. Here again, we're matching up the colors of the cans, just like we did before. Here, we are organizing it so that all the food items can go between the eggs. Here, we're lining up the cans, the images on the cans. It's easier just to put the tomatoes in the front rather than trying to align any of the backs of the cans there. Here we're switching around some of the screws and then making sure that the washers in the back there are also aligned. Here you can see some of the screws, or not screws, some of the wrenches are moving in opposite directions. And then the clamps are also moving in opposite directions. So you have to realign those by clicking on them. Here you click in order of from least to most spots on the backs of the ladybugs. And here, all we do is we realign the shadows for all of our pawns. And now we're gonna organize some lunches. And organize some bins here. Orange, green, and then the black. And then we put everything back in here. And we keep aligning it as we go along here. And now we have this big tray in which we are putting all of these into. And now we're going to organize our actual lunch. Our actual lunch is fairly specific. And yes, they do have to be in a specific order of the carrots like that. You can't just put the carrots in, unfortunately. And then you even have to include the crumbs into this as well. And yes, the asparagus do have to be aligned like this. But now that we've packed our lunch, we need a lid. Uh-oh. None of those lids fit. That's gonna be a problem. Welcome to the final level. We'll let it spawn. We'll let it load. As you can see, the cat here is back. and is gonna help us climb quite a bit. We are going to match up color-wise the lids so that they go all the way across. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that our stack goes up super high first. So we want to stack all the way up to the top first, before we think about making sure that the lids match. There we go, just like that. Yes, we do stack it all the way up, and then it starts to kind of like shake itself a little bit. That one was a little bit of a smaller one, but as the wind goes up as well, we've got to stack it. Still stacking up, and you can see in the background here, you can see some of the different levels and layers that we have passed on. So as you can see now, we've got some of the screws and some of the flowers there in the background. Try and grab as many of these like big stackable items that I possibly can. So that when it comes down to it, I can just quickly grab what I need. Again, we are continuing to just stack. And time ends when we lose our mouse, right there. And there you have it. That is the a little to the left any percentage run. This is where we just get to watch the cat and the credits roll as it goes along here. I am submitting this on its own, the actual main game any percentage run. I'm also submitting the DLC any percentage for Seeing Stars as well. They can be done separately. They could be done together in one sitting. Up to y'all's. I'm cool with whatever. But again, thank you all so much for watching. That's been the Any Percentage Run. I'm Lee, aka 20-something loser. I hope you enjoy. The ending here, you get to play as the cat, and you just get to mess up everything. There we go. Have a good one. Bye.